in May of this or past year, I came down with edema, so severe edema. And also prior to that, I had severe pain in my entire body, and went to my medical doctors and really tried to find an answer of why I was, having this severe pain. And after some blood work, I found out that my B12 level was very, very low, extremely low, as a matter of fact. And it was due to me being not having enough protein in my diet. So I was a vegetarian for about 17 years. And the reason why I did that was because I was having a lot of digestive issues prior to that, and I didn't know what was causing it. So when I stopped eating meats, my digestive issues went away at that time. But after 17 plus years of not having enough protein or alternate protein like beans and other things that I should have been eating, it caused my B12 level to be very low. So once I ended up getting B12 shots and as well supplements, and my doctor encouraged me to eat meat, I ended up just trying one of every kind of meat. And turns out that after other tests, I finally found out that my body just does not like chicken, which is the most bizarre thing ever, that, but it just does not like chicken. And so what ended up happening was, after all said and done, it caused extreme inflammation in my body, because since my body did not want that type of protein, the lymphatic system went crazy and was starting to push in fluid to try and get some of that protein out. And of course, it can't go anywhere. And so I was just exponentially growing, gaining weight, which was not fat. It was really this edema fluid that builds up in the body. And within 6 weeks, I gained 25 pounds of weight, right, of fluid. And it was terrifying because even my hands, my arms, my feet, of course, blew up. But basically, it was very difficult to move. I was lethargic. I could barely walk, right? So from here to the mailbox even was like a big exercise. So it was terrifying. And through all the medical doctors, I had about 70, 80 different tests, MRIs, so many different blood works. I had 50 vials of blood taken. And nobody could figure out. At one point, my doctor basically said, I don't know why, and I can't help you. So I went to a gastroenterologist. I had 2 colonoscopies and endoscopy. They were just checking my whole digestive tract to figure out why. And in the end, my chiropractor suggested a particular blood test that could test for sensitivities or allergies. And by the way, I did go to an actual allergist, and she said I'm not allergic to anything. So there's a difference between being sensitive and allergic. So allergic means that you would need an EpiPen, like you can't breathe, you're about to die. That's an allergy. So most allergists do that type of test. And so the edema was caused by a sensitivity where my body didn't like it, but it wasn't like it was a death experience, right? Meaning that I would die from that. It was just obviously, and in the end, of course, if you gain enough water from an edema perspective, yes, you could pass, but not instantly from an allergic reaction. But the sensitivity came back that I was highly sensitive to that protein that's in chicken or eggs or poultry, turkey, any of that stuff, which was just bizarre because I've never heard of that before. So that is why in the end I had, these major problems 18 years ago now. But that's really why I came to you. Is my doctor's wife actually recommended a dietitian, meaning you, Ashley, and said maybe food is causing this, which clearly we found out it was. And the 100% of what was causing the reaction was the food I was eating. And the AIP plan that you provided was the answer. And within, I guess even now I've lost like 55 pounds. Not only have I lost the original edema, but I've lost additional fat or other edema that was lingering around, literally by the food that I'm eating. And even though I'm still being tested for potentially Epstein-Barr virus and those types of things, suppressing those types of viruses, whether it's the cold or flu or whatever the case may be, it can absolutely 100% be done with diet, and the foods that you eat. So the AIP plan that you've provided, by the way, I ended up canceling my medical doctor, and now I have a natural doctor, who also recommended an AIP plan, but the plan that was provided didn't really work for me. And therefore I mentioned that I already have a beautiful, wonderful nutritionist. And I came back to you, of course, and said, well, this is the plan that they provided. Can you like look at this and let me know? And then the plan you provided was just spot on. It totally covered what I needed. So from my health perspective, I'll just be out there and say I'm 51 years old and I've never been healthier or happier in my entire life. Without a doubt, you are very, very patient, right? And so I, was very stubborn in the beginning, and I was like, no, I have to do it this way. And you're like, okay, we'll just wait for it. And you're very kind, you're very supportive, and allow people to take the time they need to get there. Because not everyone's going to just say, bam, I got it, and I'm just going to go do it, right? Most human beings resist immediately from the beginning. But over time, your coaching is definitely helped tremendously, and absolutely encourage everyone to seek your guidance and help.